All FSU fraternities and sororities have been suspended indefinitely due to the death of Pi Kappa Phi pledge Andrew Coffey. Good evening and welcome to News 20 at 5. I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson.
Off today with some state news. The city of Tallahassee announced that city manager Rick Fernandez will take a voluntary administrative leave. An ethics investigation is proceeding on Fernandez for soliciting Florida State football skybox tickets from a city lobbyist. He will be on leave until the matter before the ethics committee is resolved. There is no update as to whether Fernandez paid for the tickets valued at $2,000. Deputy City Manager Reese Gold will be acting as city manager. Well, flu season is well underway, and estimates show that between 15 and 40% of the population will develop illnesses from influenza every year. Our very own Danielle Johnson shares some tips with us on how to protect ourselves during the cold season.
Tragedy in Texas leaves 26 dead. Obamacare signups are at a record high. And an update on Puerto Rico. Details on these stories coming up next. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Welcome back. I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson with your sports. FAMU Athletic Director Milton Overton has resigned and accepted the same position at Kennesaw State University. According to Overton, after losing his father, he wants to be closer to his family. This announcement comes after Overton unveiled plans for the new $9 million sports facility for FAMU, which could replace Gallimore Powell Fieldhouse and add 2,000 South End Zone seats. FAMU graduate and football player John Eason will step in as interim athletic director. The Astros are your 2017 World Series champions. The Houston Astros claims their first World Series title in franchise history with a 5-1 victory from the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 7. A series that featured wild lead changes and intense swings coasted to a fairly quiet end after an early 5-0 lead for the Astros. This history-making World Series comes after a tough summer for Houston. During Hurricane Harvey, massive flooding hit the city, killing 82 people. According to the Florida Department of Health, the tobacco smoking average for teens statewide has drastically dropped to 3%. Tallahassee teens, however, have managed an average of 3.9%. But the partnership between the Florida Department of Health and Tobacco Free Florida is on a mission to change that.
Really, the idea of how tobacco causes health problems, they know that. And so they feel that for the last couple of years that's been the emphasis, and they want to change that. And we think we have a really good project ready for them.
Statistics show the rate of underage tobacco usage has drastically dropped. There are key factors that assisted with the decline in underage smoking, and according to Jonathan Shane, tobacco smoking has become overrated.
College life, I'd say a lot of the college students smoke, but that's just out of peer pressure or whatever, but I think they grow out of it.
Now the Tallahassee community has also decided to take a stand against underage smoking. Many Florida gas stations, grocery stores, and even smoke shops have cracked down on the selling of tobacco to underage smokers, considering Governor Rick Scott's amendment to the Florida statute in 2015. Now store owners are held liable for selling to underage smokers. #1 Twitter trend today, St. Patrick's Day, but not about leprechauns, it's about how to cure a hangover. In other news, Rick Ross released his 9th studio album, Rather You Than Me, Friday. The Miami-born rapper also is in news for his diss track aimed at Cash Money Records co-founder Birdman. Unfortunately, JCPenney says it's closing 138 underperforming stores nationwide. The good news is liquidation sales start next month. Stores will be gone for good in June. Well, that's all I have for you today for today's trend.
Police are investigating a shooting that occurred on Coleman Street. Reports came in around 11:30 a.m. of a man suffering from a gunshot wound. The man, whose name has not been released, was hospitalized. Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call the Tallahassee Police Department. This is the city's 18th homicide of this year.
It's always nice to see talented artists adding their mark and personal touch to the community. Thank you for tuning in to News 20 at 5. I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson. See you next time and have a great night.